Hello and welcome to this segment of Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Deborah Guthrie and joining me today is Fire Inspector Tavis Millerov. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
In 2017, Meridian Township received a $70,000 grant for 2,500 smoke and CO detectors.
Yes.
And you have been overseeing this charge and installing these in people's homes. The program ends in August, and so we've asked you to come on today to talk not only about the program, but the importance of having smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors in the home. So thank you, and first let's start off by asking how the program has been going.
Well, the program has been tremendous. This was a huge learning experience for us, I will say that. We've never done any kind of an endeavor like this, and we were completely taken back by the response from the community. We had a waiting list at one point of over 400 homes on it. We've actually gotten that list down. We're down to about our last 60 to 65 homes that were currently originally on the list that we actually shut off before last summer, just because our supply had gone down so quickly. Currently we're sitting at over 400 homes we've done installs in, for a total of just over 1,700 total alarms. And we still have more to go. We've actually been getting the word out again to try and encourage more people to sign up. And we are constantly taking phone calls. Even Kristen this morning said she's gotten 3 calls already this morning from people interested in the program.
So what happens? What's the process when they hear about it and they contact Kristen at your department?
Yep.
And she sets up an
appointment, and what that entails is basically either myself or, in some situations, depending on the time of the day, some of the station crews, the on-duty firefighters, will come out to the home, and we kind of do an assessment. We take a look and see what you have for current smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms. Make sure that what you have currently is, within date, because there's a kind of a standard 10-year expiration on smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, and then make sure the placement of them is proper as well. And anything that is kind of outside the parameters of what is the normal recommendations nowadays for where you have smoke alarms and how many you have, then we go ahead and install those and bring you basically up to date with what the current recommendations are.
Do you know offhand what those recommendations are?
So what they recommend, and this all comes from the United States Fire Administration, that you have a smoke alarm in every bedroom, one in the hallways or areas leading to the bedrooms.
My house is in trouble, Tavis.
and then beyond that, one on every level of the home. So for a standard, if you think of a 3-bedroom, 2-story home that has a finished basement, there should be a minimum of 6 smoke alarms in that home.
Oh my gosh.
And that's kind of part of what the program is designed to do, is that everybody who grew up, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we only had 1, maybe 2 smoke alarms in the home. And after, years of, the USFA doing research and doing statistics on home fires, home fire injuries, deaths, times of days, things like that, they've realized that this isn't enough anymore. We have to have more smoke alarms in people's homes. And so that's one of the goals of the program, is to bring everybody up to date to the current standard.
Yeah, I think my house was built in the mid-'80s, and maybe I have 2.
You might have 2.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I know there's one in my kitchen, and I think there's one in the hallway upstairs, but I'm really not quite sure. I need to have you come over to my house and check it out.
Well, we'll take care of it. Just call Kristen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So when you install these, these are battery operated?
Yep. So the units that we've got as part of the program are 10-year sealed lithium battery units, which means when I install it and I turn it on, basically spin it into the base as I install it, it turns the battery on. That battery is now good for 10 years. No battery changes. So no more of the 3 a.m. chirp. where you
Yes.
have to start searching the home for that. It'll do that in 10 years when when that battery finally dies. But the design of this is such that you go and take the whole unit down and just replace the whole unit, which is what they're trying to get people to do anyways, because we always say that smoke alarms are only good for 10 years. So sensitivity of the units actually diminish over time, and after 10 years, there's no reliability in how much smoke. You can't determine how much smoke it's going to take to make an alarm go off at that point. So that's why they say 10 years, get rid of it, put a new one in. So with these 10-year batteries, that's kind of emphasizing and supporting that goal of getting these replaced every 10 years.
What if someone has an electrical installed smoke detector?
So the hardwired smoke alarms, like you're talking about, the 120 volt supply, they're connected right to the home electricity. The unfortunate part of this program is that was not accounted for in this, and so I don't have anything to replace those with. Now, some people have said, well, that's okay, just take that one down and put one of yours up next to it. The problem with that is that currently the way the residential code works is that if you were going to rebuild your home today, you would have to have hardwired interconnected smoke alarms in every bedroom, in the hallways and areas leading to the bedroom, and on every level of the home. So we can't necessarily make, I can't take you backwards is the way that goes. So what I've suggested to people, and I've told them this, is I don't have them to provide for you and I can't go buy them for you. But if you go purchase them, which is Home Depot, a lot of places, any home supply store has these, and they're not very expensive at all. If you go purchase them, you call me back, I would be happy to come in and install them for you. So that way people who don't have the knowledge, get them put in. You don't have to call an electrician. We'll just go in and take care of it for you.
What are you finding when you go in people's homes, and what are the most frequently asked questions that you get?
I'm finding everything. I found I had a very large home in Okemos that had nothing in it, not one single smoke alarm, and it was a home built in the 70s.
Wow.
All the way back up to yesterday, a condo up in Lake of the Hills. They're not very large places, but this gentleman took his smoke alarm seriously. He had 6.
Wow.
in his small condo, which is great. A couple of them were expired, so I helped him out with those. But there's really no rhyme or reason. I've seen everything from people that have it exactly right to people who have it exactly wrong. And there's a lot of the questions I just get is, especially when I tell them what the standard is and the recommendation for how many, I always get, wow, why so many? And, we explain to them how, sleeping with the bedroom door closed at night, which is the recommendation. Something happens in the bedroom, that's the one that goes off is the bedroom one. Something happens somewhere else in the house, the hallway one goes off. All of this is kind of calculated and designed to give you the earliest detection possible at night to wake you up. So,
do you have statistics for how many lives are saved with smoke detectors, carbon monoxide, and the detectors in the home, and how many are lost?
I don't have any statistics currently. I know they're out there, but I can tell you that we've actually had one of our own employees through our program, kind of indirectly. She did not get any of the alarms for the program. She ended up replacing her own hardwired smoke alarms, yet also doing the carbon monoxide part of it as well. She was alerted one night to a carbon monoxide issue in her home. And so indirectly with this program, we've already had a win as far as I'm concerned.
Do you need a carbon monoxide detector in your home if you don't have gas, if you're fully electrical?
If you're fully electrical, I would say no, you probably don't. I mean, the carbon monoxide issues come from gas-fired appliances, whether it's your kitchen stove, water heater, furnace. I would say if you have a fireplace, even if it's a wood-burning fireplace, a carbon monoxide detector is a good idea. Obviously, a gas insert fireplace, you're going to want that, things like that. But if it's a totally electric home, I don't think it would be necessary.
Okay, and so you have around 700 left, and it's free to homeowners
Yes.
who live in Meridian Township, who
Yep.
have a home in Meridian Township. And we talked about Kristen. We said Kristen, contact Kristen. So how do they contact Kristen? What's her phone number and her email address?
So Kristen Cole, our administrative assistant, has been helping me out with scheduling for this program, and she can be reached at the main fire department phone number, which is 853-4700.
And give us some final thoughts on the importance of having smoke detectors. And I know you're going to come to my house, so give us some final thoughts on having smoke detectors in your home.
Having smoke detectors in your home is absolutely essential. There is no one single device that can have the greatest impact in a fire situation in ensuring that you and your loved ones get out alive than that simple round thing that we're going to put on your ceiling that screams at you. Okay, some people look at them and they think they're unsightly, but the value in having that and having the peace of mind of that device there to give you that warning is absolutely priceless.
Thank you. I want to thank you for coming, and I want to thank you for watching this episode of Wisdom Wednesday.